All right, first and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bahashem Rakakwadash. Want to give double honors to the apostles of GMS, our beloved elders, that ruleth well, that we learn from. Peace, blessing, salutation to Yakim, to the Akwaf tuning in, and the Israelite foreigners that are scattered. This is Shakwakwa Vibe from GMS, Virginia. And this is not going to be long at all. Just touching on, little things. And one thing why America has to be destroyed is, the narrate for women and them being angels and never could do no wrong. This Queen of Heaven worship women, being gods and queens and goddesses and this Mother Earth. This really had turned everything upside down. Let me get a couple scriptures. Turning of things upside down. Turning of things upside. So Isaiah 29:16. Now you have Esau, the so-called white man, which his wickedness and the woman's wickedness, they use for economic reasons to pretty much destroy society. There was a Benjamite woman, and I'm gonna do a video on that as well. She pretty much came forth as America's nothing but slavery, but they paint the picture of this place as the land of the free, opportunity, and whatsoever. But it's all about a dream which leads to your demise. And that's why they raise everything high, everything's inflated. They're trying to get rid of cash, etc. But they turn everything upside down just so they can usher in this new system of control, all about a communist government. The Edomites want all the power. So Isaiah 29:16, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not, or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding. Now, going into 2 Thessalonians, I always get it mixed up. I think either second or the fourth chapter talks about the man of perdition being exposed. He said of himself as a power, as a god. And we clearly understand, due to all the lies, deceit, saying men are weak, then women ought to rule over men, and men ought to follow women and basically worship them because they bring life, but not understanding that men actually carry life. Men can always create children. Women just harvest them and carry them. And this whole dysfunction and trauma and hurt and pride and everything's just being turned upside down, and people don't even see it. And the thing about it, Babylon can't be healed. Babylon. Yep, Jeremiah 51:9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not ill. Matter of fact, let me get that. Let me see. Jeremiah 51:6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. And what you see is clearly, great judgment about to happen. Women are being exposed on a level I never seen before. Never would have thought that women would really, get their due justice. Women which have caused a lot of things to happen, a lot of families to break up, a lot of murders. These women have a lot of blood on their hands. A lot of children become destroyed because of these women. These Edomites, which allow these women to govern these women, govern the kids. They put these women in schools. They put these women in roles, and they put these women all in the system, all throughout society for them to get leverage, and they all fuck things up. And these women, never being able to be checked or never be put to death or for certain, sins and transgressions. It's just a whole bunch of chaos and chaotic and malfunction and trauma that has been happening, and and children being raised underneath these women and not having a father figure is very detrimental to their mindset and mind doing. Having a father brings the maximum potential of a child, especially if that man is on point. So it says Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. And eventually it's going to be a World War III with nuclear missiles. Because eventually all the nations are going to get tired of the filth and the lies of deceit in that new world order, that system which Esau wants to set up. And again, what he wants to do is, all the more activity, all the destruction and the dysfunction of these kids. Now all of a sudden, all these children are just have trauma. All these things are happening to these kids. Kids are being messed up, man. It's gang violence and God damn it, man. I seen a retarded Crip today. It's what is it? It's December 21, 2022. I seen a fucking retarded Crip, man. The nigga's leg was all messed up. Nigga knock needed and yo, I'm telling you, man, it shit is sad and pathetic. And this is all, the doings of fucking these women and these Edomites just, being a government aid, the funding of dysfunction. So it says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. But unfortunately, you can't heal this place, man. These people will fight to the death for wickedness. It says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reaches up to heaven. And that's what's eventually going to happen. As you saw the punishment of our people, so-called Negro, Latino, Hispanic, Native Americans, and we had to come over here and be scattered throughout the four corners, Israelites. We had a payment, a debt that we had to pay. And it's going to be the same thing for Esau. You have a debt that you're going to have to pay. Your transgression that reaches up to heaven, all your manner of dysfunction and lies and turning of things upside down, you have to pay for that. And eventually, when America goes down, you Edomites are going right into slavery. And you women are going to be judged. For her judgment reaching unto heaven and lifted up even to the skies. So it said, pride goeth before destruction. So it says, Proverbs 16 and 18, pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. These women, you cannot tell them anything. It's not, there's really nothing you can do, but, that judgment has to come. These women had to be put down, put to death. And it's going to be a great cry very soon in Babylon. It's to the point, you can't even. There's no point of smacking these women. There's no point of beating these women. The only thing it's going to do, they're going to get worse. Their head is just going to get more harder. They're going to rebel more harder, and then they will just go out and try to seek more government aid and help. I'm not sure which is true or not out there in Puerto Rico. The Ephraimites, the so-called Puerto Ricans. And them fucking women are unruly mouths as well, and they're unruly. And not too long ago, they had some type of outcry talking about the men was get rid of them, you know, causing harm on them, government come help, daddy, zaddy, government come help us, man. But again, nothing but a bunch of women that's raising up these men and women, and they're not they're going through lives thinking that it's all about them because they're carrying that same Queen of Heaven spirit. Um, woman come wickedness, and I'm gonna end it with that. Shit. So yeah, I'm gonna read this and I'm gonna end it. So Sirach 25 and I'm sorry 19. Any evil is small when compared to a woman's evil. May she experience a sinner's fate. This is not let me matter of fact, let me get the good news, GTA. So this is the GNTA in Sirach 25 and 19. Compared with the troubles caused by a woman, any other trouble looks small. And this is why Esau, the elites, having the power. We all know women seek the power, and they're wicked. Now, the shadow government, shadow elites, which hideth and ruleth in secrecy, they make the rules, and they use these women to, pretty much bring out you know, their deeds due to all these emotions. We got the women's liberation, sexual liberated, feminism, etc. Feminism has done a lot of great harm to this world, and due to the drug era and this whole, the destroying of you know, the the deeds and the ways that men can really be head of the household. You know, Esau taking out pretty much the bread and the power from men, because again they don't want men to have that manly aspect to them. Mainly you so-called Negro, Latinos, Hispanic, Native Americans. It really was for you. They cut the power source. They caught the advance that the power source, the cord that you won't get any leverage or power to what gain any control amongst this earth. So, due to the dysfunction of the society for men, caused the woman to hate men, to want to pretty much not be led by men or be ruled in, the changing of words, the turning of words. Now these women are scared and they actually really have a disdain for men. The scripture even talks about envy. Envy is that's a dangerous type of hatred. Somebody that envies you does all to get rid of you, destroy you. And these women really hate you. They envy you. So it says, may such women suffer the fate of sinners. Verse 20, a quiet man living with a nagging wife is like an old man climbing up a sandy hill. And all men just want peace. They want men, all men want wives, multiple wives, a house, and, some children, and the ways of getting, being sufficient. So verse 21, never lose your head over a woman's beauty, and don't try to win a woman because she is wealthy. And women are leading with that. They're leading with their beauty. They're really, if it wasn't for the thing that's in the middle, men wouldn't deal with these women because these women don't bring anything else. Verse 22, when a man is supported by his wife, there is sure to be anger, arrogance, and humiliation. And one thing for sure, what's going on, they want these women to be the breadwinners and the men to be pretty much the ones that's stagnant. Because, these women trying to be the head of the household and, the patriarchy becoming matriarchy. Now these women think they gotta tell you like it is, and they gotta be the ones and all in power and all control and watching you Like, you a fucking kid. But she's the fucking kid that needs to be watched over and be checked. Verse 23, a bad wife will make her husband gloomy and depressed and break his heart. Show me a timid man who can never make up his mind, and I will show you a wife who doesn't make her husband happy. So it says, verse 24, sin began with a woman, and we must all die because of her. Let me see. Don't let a bad wife have her way any more than you will allow water to leak from your kisser. You see that? If she won't do as you tell her, divorce her. So, women are supposed to be ruled over. I don't give a damn how you like it or not. And if a woman, really, a woman is bound to her man. So it's for a woman to have problem solving skills. Because in this society, it's, pretty much men don't have the assets to pretty much, be able to support women. So women look for their careers. They look for the government for their aid, their support. They don't look towards for men to be their support. That's why women don't have to humble themselves to men. They really don't need you. When you really come to realization of America and the state that we're in, they really don't need you. And that's what Esau wanted it to happen. And again, man, when I watched this video, man, she was fucking pathetic and pissed me off. And this bitch, she actually divorced her dude, and this bitch is she's in her 40s or 50s, whatever. And she has 2 kids by the dude. She left him, whatever. And now she wants a dude that makes $300K a year. And she made all these accusations of what he has to have. And then at the end, she was like, "Oh, it's okay if I don't find him. I have a lot of toys." And even that, the toys, the vibrator, and all that all that goes back to ancient Babylon, ancient Egypt, dildos, etc., man. So this world is, this world is very pathetic. And it's like you see right here, bitter, angry woman attacks passport bros and gets totally destroyed. These men are getting fed up. And these women are, instead of them humbling themselves and seeing what the problem is, they just get worse. And that's why Babylon can't be healed. But the only way this place is going to be cleansed is by those nukes. And, I'm going to just pretty much wrap it up with that. Hey, Shalom.